All right, let's talk about something that pretty much every high school student in Taiwan goes through. It's that high-stakes, super stressful time in your life, applying for university. It really all boils down to one number, 6. You get just 6 choices to try and map out the next 4 years of your life, and maybe even your whole career. I mean, talk about pressure, right? And you know, that feeling of pressure, it's not just in your head, it's actually baked right into the system. That 6-choice limit basically turns what should be an exciting moment into a massive gamble between your passion and your security. And this is the dilemma every single student faces. On one side, you have your dream school, the one you're super passionate about, but let's be honest, it's a long shot. On the other side, you've got the safe school. You're almost guaranteed to get in, but it just doesn't excite you. So what's the move? Well, for a lot of us, the answer is to play it safe. I mean, the fear of ending up with 0 acceptance letters is very, very real. And that pushes students into this safety-first strategy, where the goal isn't really about finding the best fit anymore, it's just about avoiding that worst-case scenario.
So why does this happen? It's really important to know this isn't about students lacking courage or ambition. Not at all. It's actually a completely rational response to a high-pressure system. Let's dig into the psychology behind it.
Behavioral science has this fantastic concept called choice overload. Just imagine, you're a student in Taiwan looking at hundreds of different departments, and you have no idea what your real chances are. Your brain just gets overwhelmed. It short circuits. And when that happens, it looks for a shortcut. And that shortcut is almost always the safest, simplest choice.
And here's the crucial part, that overload completely changes how you think. You stop focusing on what you're actually passionate about, what you're good at. Instead, you basically become a calculator, just crunching the numbers on admission probability. Your heart takes a back seat to your head.
But hold on, it's not just about what's going on inside our heads. The design of the system itself plays a huge, huge role in this story. And to really get this, we've got to look at the work of a Nobel Prize-winning economist. So this economist, Alvin Roth, won a Nobel Prize for studying exactly these kinds of systems, like school admissions. His research found that if there's a way to game a system for a better result, people absolutely will. He called it strategic behavior. It's when you don't list what you truly want, you list what you think gives you the best odds. And that really is the core idea here. The rules of the game are not just passive guidelines. No way. They are actively shaping our decisions, pushing us to be strategic instead of being honest about our dreams. Okay, so if a flawed system is the problem, is it actually possible to build a better one? The answer is a huge, resounding yes. And the best part is, we don't have to invent something from scratch. We have incredible, real-world examples that show us the way. Just look at the school choice reforms in big cities like Boston and New York. They realized their old systems were encouraging all this strategic game playing. So they applied market design theory, they redesigned the rules to be strategy-proof, and the results were amazing. They got fairer outcomes, and way more students ended up in the schools they actually wanted to go to. This success is more than just an interesting story. It's a blueprint. It's a roadmap for change. So the obvious question is, how can we take those exact same lessons and apply them to Taiwan's university application process? Well, the proposed fix is beautifully simple, really. It comes down to 2 steps. First, you take away that fear of total failure by giving students an unlimited waitlist after their top 6 choices. That's the safety net. Second, you reduce the all-or-nothing risk by guaranteeing that qualified students will pass the first stage for at least a few of their choices. Together, these 2 changes completely dismantle the fear that forces everyone to be so conservative. So if we make these changes, what's the real payoff? Well, it's about so much more than just lowering students' anxiety. We're talking about unlocking the true potential of an entire generation. Because here's the real, tangible cost of the current system. When students choose safe schools instead of the right schools, you get a mismatch. And we see it in the data. Some universities in Taiwan have student dropout and transfer rates over 15%. Think about that. That's a massive waste of time, of talent, and of our national human potential. Now, by empowering students to choose based on real passion, we could see some incredibly powerful results. We're talking fewer dropouts, less waste of our country's talent, and ultimately, a more motivated, satisfied, and productive workforce. It's a win for the student, and it's a win for all of society. Which brings us right back to this fundamental truth. The system shapes behavior. The rules we create have a direct impact on the choices we make. The evidence is just undeniable. So this leaves us with one last crucial question. If we know for a fact that the system shapes behavior,
Shouldn't we be designing a system that shapes the kind of behavior we actually want to see? A system that rewards passion, that encourages honesty, and that gives every single student the courage to truly dare to dream.